Okay, so I'm going to think back now for this one. It's called work-life balance before taking psychiatric medication, or work-life balance before taking lithium carbonate. And I would say that probably my work-life balance back then wasn't very good. So I worked really hard. I was a mother of one. I'd get up really early. I'd go to work for like 7:30 in the morning. I'd drop off my daughter at my mum's house so that she could take her to nursery. And then in the evening, there'd be loads of time that was needed to take in, doing planning work. And so teaching in a secondary school in England was pretty stressful, as well as being a mum. And some people out there can do it, and I found it too much. I didn't have support at school, and I wasn't taking enough time in my life to relax, to stop, to pause, to do things just for me. So that work-life balance was like too much work and not enough life. So we still did things, at that time we had a lot more money than we do now. But my work-life balance is completely different now, and I'll talk about that in future films. And what my work-life balance was like on lithium as well, I'll talk about that too. But yeah, so that kind of out of balance, too much work, not enough play and fun time and relaxation and calm moments, just kind of in this kind of rat race of I must keep going, 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 I must be a good mum, I must be really great at my job, I must keep pushing on until I'm like doing the best that I possibly can. So you kind of put this pressure on yourself to be wonderful and great at everything that you're doing. I'm not saying that everyone's like this just before they have a manic episode, but I think that a lot of people do have that kind of pressure to perform, and that pressure to do things as well as they can, and to kind of, maybe I would say that I was a perfectionist, definitely. That's what I was aiming for, perfectionism all the time, and that what I was doing, I could always do better, and so I'd keep striving, but in my present, I wasn't there with it in a way that I could just kind of breathe and accept and live in that very moment, because I was probably always just like, okay, the next lesson, the next group of kids, the next project, the next homework that I had to set for them, the next, planning that I had to write up that evening or whatever, and all the marking books, and just like keeping on top of everything, and then going home and then, making the dinner and cleaning the house and doing the gardening and making a potager, having a veggie patch, seeing your family enough, and just like everything felt like a big mountain to climb, and you never kind of got to the top of your mountain, and that it was all just like too steep and too much to kind of manage. So I would say that if you're feeling like, this mountain is like huge, then what do you need to do to kind of put into balance your work and your life and your fun and your pleasure and your calm time? That also, when you're at work, can you be present? Can you be in the moment? Can you be okay with what you're kind of achieving or doing at work in that present moment, and not always thinking about the future, or not pondering on the past day or the past project or the past week, oh, that wasn't so good, I should have done it like this, I should have done it like that, I could have talked to that person in that way instead of this way, and so you're always in the thinking mind, and it's not healthy for you. So even just thinking about it makes me stressful. It makes me feel stressed. That wasn't a good time. It wasn't a good time. And I guess at the time you're stuck in that kind of rotation of day by day, and you're just in it and you don't know how to change or get out of it. But I would say if you feel like you're stuck on that wheel and that cycle and you don't know what to do to change, then, you know, start typing in things on YouTube or on Google, or, you know, maybe you can go and try a new class, whether it's, I don't know, Tai Chi in the park, or yoga at that local gym, or finding a self-help book that looks interesting that you've always wanted to read, or learning about hypnosis or meditation, or something that just kind of draws you inside of yourself rather than always in the external and here. Because if you can learn how to be okay on the inside, then all this stuff can spin on this wheel on the outside of you, and you stay in the center, like steady, grounded, rooted and centered, and everything's okay, even if all this is going on, you know. And when my work-life balance was off, I'd go into London and it would just like be too much, you know. And now I can be in a city, it all goes on around me, and I'm like, yeah, it's fine, this is cool. And if it's a bit noisy or whatever, I'll find a calmer place to just sit and be. I'll go to the canal, go to the river, go to a calm cafe. You know what you need to do, and you know when the point is to stop or to change something. And you know, you're in charge of yourself, and you know how to change things in that moment to make things better, so that you're not pushing yourself right to the end all the time, so that you're exhausted. Yeah, so there we go. Time for the next one, which is about work-life balance while you're on lithium. I'm going to do that one next, so I'll see you for that one. Bye.